Hey y'all, welcome back to Merida Magic Wander Mexico Wisely. Today we're diving into a topic that I know everyone has before they either visit or relocate to Merida, Mexico, and that is the cost of living compared to the United States. So, to help us navigate through this, we're going to be using data from Numbeo. It's a reliable resource for cost of living comparisons anywhere in the world, baby. So, let's get started. Before we jump into the comparison, let's quickly talk about Numbeo. It's a user contributed database that provides information about the cost of living in cities and countries around the world. Their data includes everything from housing and groceries to transportation and entertainment expenses. All right, the first thing you want to do when you come over to the Numbia site is come to the left-hand side of the page and you see the drop down here of under cost of living and you want to click on cost of living comparison. So once the computer does what it do, you come on down to number one where it asks you, where do you live now? I'm going to use my hometown, excuse me, Wichita Falls, Texas. It populates it right on up for me. And where are you comparing? I'm comparing it to Merida, Mexico. Wichita Falls is a smaller town where I'm from, and Merida is small town feeling to me. So that's why I'm comparing it to Wichita Falls. So we're going to go ahead and compare it. And right over here on the left hand side as well, you can change the currency to wherever you're going. So we have US or whatever you want it to show on the screen. So for the sake of this video, we're going to be comparing in USD. So the first round is restaurants. It's going to let you know the comparisons of the prices of restaurant uh, costs from between Wichita Falls and Merida. So the first deal is a meal, and this is at an inexpensive restaurant. So in Wichita Falls, it runs about $16, and here in Merida, it's $11.37. And if you have a date or you want to take your mom or your dad out, it runs about $60 in Wichita Falls, and in Merida it's 59.84. So it runs about the same there. It looks like. At McDonald's it's $10 and Merida 8.98. Domestic beer for those beer lovers, it's $6 in Wichita Falls and 3.29 here. Imported beer lovers, 8.50 in Wichita Falls and 4.79 in Merida. For the coffee lovers that got to have the Capio, 4.42 in Wichita Falls and 4.19 in Merida. Coca-Cola, Lord knows I need my carbonation. I'm a Sprite lover. It's 2.29 in Wichita Falls and $1.19 in Merida. And then we have the necessity water, $1.70 in Wichita Falls, Texas, and 77 cents in Merida. So far, Merida is living up to the hype. Mexico is living up to the hype, right? That it's more affordable than in the United States. The only difference here, as I can see, for a meal for two at a mid-range restaurant, three courses, $60 in Wichita Falls and 59.84 in Merida. And just a little hint, a tip, trick, and tool. There are restaurants that you can actually eat a little bit more, affordable here, especially when you eat locally. For example, there's an area, the area that I'm in now, there's a restaurant that sells four tacos and a drink for 99 pesos. So that's about $5. All right, the next round is markets. For those that like to cook your own meals, or if you come down to Mexico, visit Mexico, and you'd like to learn how to cook their traditional Yucatecan cuisines, this can kind of give you a flavor of what you're going to be spending at the grocery store. So we start out with milk. We got our staples going on, and a liter of milk is 95 cents in Wichita Falls and $1.62 here in Merida. We already see a difference right here. And y'all know what? I'm just now seeing that the peso is right underneath there. So great. All right. So a loaf of fresh white bread in Wichita Falls is $3.20, and then $3.01 in Merida. And that's about right. I just bought groceries the other day. I got some artisan uh, bread, and it was 50 pesos exactly. Rice is $7.72 in Wichita Falls, and in Merida it is $1.65, about 27 pesos, 28 pesos. Eggs, it has a question mark for eggs, y'all. Somebody out there let me know how much eggs are running in your hood. I have no idea. Here in Merida, they're $2.53. We got the cheese popping off, $9.81 in the falls, $12.35 in Merida. Chicken fillets, $13.95. Y'all, I was talking to a relative of mine and we were talking about the price of chicken. And I also posted it on my Facebook page that I was able to get 2 kilos of chicken for 10 pesos. Excuse me, not 10 pesos, but 90. Oh, Lord, here I go. I was able to get 2 kilos of chicken, 3 chicken breasts. That's what it came out to. Nice size for 100 pesos. That was about $5.86. And like I said, the relative had told me that their chicken was running about $14, and I see it on here. Wow. So chicken is, I see a huge difference, especially when you shop locally. Beef round or equivalent back leg red meat, 16.53 in the falls, 14.60 in Merida. Apples, 5.27 here, excuse me, in the falls, and 3.23 in Merida. That's about right. I looked at apples too while I was at the grocery store yesterday. Bananas, $1.40 in Texas, and $1.22 here in Merida. Oranges, 4.44, 2.59 in Mexico. Tomatoes, 4.06. Wow, tomatoes, and $1.60 in Merida. We got our potatoes, 4.20. Excuse me, 4.92. Excuse me, again, 294. That's my dyslexia, I guess, kicking in. 294 in Wichita Falls and 223 in Mexico, Merida, Mexico. Then we got our onions, 4.40 compared to $1.59. Lettuce, $1.79, 76 compared to $1.45. And then we have water. This is 1.5 liters that you can get at the convenience store, about 350 USD or 94 cents here in Merida. And then we have a bottle of wine, mid-range wine, $12, where it goes for $8.98 here. Domestic beer, again, this is 0.5 liter bottle, 173 to 144. And then imported beer, $3 to compare to here, it is $4.55. And a pack of cigarettes, a 20 pack of cigarettes of Marlboro is $10.50 in Wichita Falls, Texas. Wow. $4.49 in Merida. That is tremendous. Wow. All right. So in this particular section, we can see that, yeah, it's holding up to the hype, y'all, that it's more affordable. The only thing is with the milk. It seems like with the milk is where we're going to be going over. So if you're a milk lover or you have kiddos that like to drink milk a lot, you might want to consider that 95 cents to $1.62. How does that affect your budget? And the rest of them seem to be okay. I think there was one more. Was it beer? Yeah, imported beer is $3 in Wichita Falls and $4.55 here. Import, it's a little different here. I'm not into the alcohol beverage deal here, but I can tell you, just like we go to bars and restaurants and stuff, it's set up a little different. So import is a little different here than it is. Import beers and domestic beers are going to be different because of the different country, if that makes sense. All right. So transportation is next. So you can get a one-way ticket, local transport, for $1.50. That's about 25 pesos in Wichita Falls. Or in Merida, it's about 72 cents, which is $25. Well, 25 or 12 pesos, excuse me, about 12 pesos. So a monthly pass is $45. And I want to see, is this a one-way ticket? This must be bus. This must be the bus. I think this is the bus here, the one-way ticket local transport. This is the bus, I believe. And then if you're using the bus, and then the monthly pass for the bus is going to be $45 a month in Wichita Falls and $31.12 in Merida. Okay, and then we have taxi start at their normal tariff in Wichita Falls at $1.25. And then here in Merida, it is $2.54. So there's a difference there. We're seeing a difference in taxi. There's also a difference in taxis for 1 kilometer. And this is normal tariff. It's 85 cents. And then in Merida, it's $2.39. Okay, and then the next one is taxi, 1 hour waiting. It normally in Merida, I don't know. Well, in Wichita Falls, I don't know. Y'all let me know how much hours, what is it, a taxi 1 hour waiting, the normal tariff is in Wichita Falls. In Merida, it is $11.97. And then gasoline by the liter is 66 cents in Wichita Falls and $1.44 in Merida. That's different. Look at the transportation, y'all. Y'all seeing this pattern? And a Volkswagen, here's when it comes to if you want to buy a car. A Volkswagen Golf is going to run you about $28,500 in Wichita Falls. And in Merida, Mexico, it's going to run you about $20,644 and 40 cents. If you want to get a Toyota Corolla sedan, that's about 25 grand in Wichita Falls and about 23 here in Merida. So we're seeing some fluctuations going on here. There's some tips and treats, actually treats and tools in here. So the bus is going to traditionally be more affordable, right? And then taxis, they do have taxi services, and you will see the taxis at the airport. So you can definitely take a taxi from the airport in Merida to your Airbnb or wherever you're going to be staying in the city. Also, there's Didi, there's Uber, there's Drive Time, In Time, D Time, something like that. Uh, Said that to say that there are apps that you can use here in the area that may be more affordable for you. And then gasoline, you can kind of see how that's running $66, 66 cents, excuse me, a liter in Wichita Falls, where it's $1.40 here in Merida for those of you that are going to be driving, having vehicles while you're here. All right, the next one is utilities, y'all. Wichita Falls in comparison to Merida. All right, basic electricity, heating, cooling, water, garbage for 85 meter to, I'm still getting used to the measurements, y'all. Apartment is $305 in Wichita Falls, Texas, and in Merida it is $99.25 in Mexico. So a mobile phone monthly plan with calls and 10 gigabytes plus data in Wichita Falls is $30, and in Mexico it is $25.30. And internet is going to be with 60 megabytes. It's going to be about $50 in Wichita Falls, and in Merida about $33.79. I will say internet, it depends on which provider that you use and which plan that you get on. And this one is 60 megabytes. That's currently what I'm on now here, and it is 349 pesos. So I don't have my calculator with me, but it's more affordable than what you see here. There are some that are more, like I said, it depends on your plan and your service provider. All right, the next category is sports and leisure. All right, so fitness club, monthly fee for an adult. Y'all gotta let me know what's popping in Wichita Falls when it comes to your monthly membership fees. Here in Merida, it's about $32.13. Tennis court rent. We don't know in Wichita Falls. Y'all holler at your girl. Let me know what's going on in Wichita Falls when it comes to a tennis court. And then in Merida, it's $13.96. Going to the movies, maybe an international release, one seat, $12 in the Falls, $5.39 in Merida. So with this particular section, we don't know what how much it costs for a membership nor a tennis court rent in Wichita Falls. But I will say that they do have fitness clubs here. Very affordable. I want to say like maybe 500 pesos a month, maybe if you want a monthly membership. Um, and then tennis courts, they do have tennis courts at their parks. And in the additions in the different neighborhoods, their parks, most of them that I've seen, they come with basketball courts and a tennis court. And of course, cinema, it's going to be a little bit more expensive in the United States, in the Falls at least. All right, child care for those of you guys with families. With child care, Preschool or kindergarten, full day private monthly for one child is going to be $1,050 in Wichita Falls, and in Merida it's going to be $143.61. Y'all, if I tell you that I wish I knew about this, I knew about Mexico when I was younger, when my son was younger, especially. Oh my gracious. In the international primary school yearly for one child, we don't know how much it is in Wichita Falls, and that may be primarily due to our school system in the United States. But I don't know. We don't know what that is. Y'all let me know in the comments. And then with Merida, it's about $4,212.66 a year to send your child to an international primary school. All right. So with childcare and/or slash education, it seems like Mexico is holding up. It's holding up. But we got to know what's going on here with Wichita Falls. So y'all let me know in the comments about that. All right, clothes and shoes. One pair of jeans, Levi's or something close to it. It's going to be about 45 bucks in Wichita Falls. And Merida, $75.35. That is no lie, y'all. Clothes are expensive here. They're more expensive here than they are in the United States. For one sundress in a chain store like H&M, that's going to be 20 bucks in Wichita Falls, but it's going to be $43.17 in Merida. One pair of Nike running shoes, about mid-range, $75 in Wichita Falls and 103.97 in Merida. One pair of men's leather business shoes is going to be $125 in Wichita Falls and $101.73 in Merida. So men's business leather shoes, you're going to be popping here in the Yucatan. But clothes, yes, this is no lie. Clothes are more expensive in Merida than they are in the United States. Rent per month. Now, this is a one-bedroom apartment in the city center. We call it Centro. So down in Centro, one Wichita Falls, you can get a one-bedroom apartment for $787.50, and compared to with Merida, it is $688.15. All right, and then a one bedroom outside of the center, like outside downtown, would be $650, and then in Merida, $526. Three bedroom apartment in the city center. This is down in Central. If you guys have been looking at apartments, Airbnbs, or hearing a lot about Central, when it says city center, that's the area that we're talking about, in that area and or around. So a three bedroom hacienda casa down there apartment, 1,600 in Wichita Falls, comparatively to Merida is $1,273.71. And a three bedroom outside of the center is going to be $1,450 compared to Merida with $816.06. So it looks like it's more affordable here. It's still holding true, y'all. It's still holding true. And also with this, where you rent your Airbnb, or if you're going to rent out from an owner here, it does depend on how you want to live and where it is in the city. It's going to kind of determine the cost of your place. So there are some more affordable apartments that you can get here, as well as there's some more more expensive apartments here. So the next one is to buy an apartment. So price per square meter to buy an apartment in the city center, so down in Centro. And for those of you guys that are looking to do this, of course to rent, but if you're really looking to buy down here, please do some research. Visit first, contact people, get as much information as you can. I'm not an expert or a specialist in that area, but I do know to visit before you come and before you purchase anything, and make sure you have somebody here that you trust to be able to handle the paperwork for you. All right, and do your research, 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 research. So to buy an apartment in the city center of Wichita Falls is going to be $1,732.99. And in Merida, it's going to be $1,332.41. And so outside of the center, a couple of $100 difference, is going to be $1485.42 in the Falls, and then $1422.83 in Merida. So Housing or to purchase is going to be more affordable as well, it's looking like. And now we're at salaries and finances. So the average monthly net salary after taxes in Wichita Falls is $4,850, and the average monthly net salary after tax in Merida is $674.85. In conclusion, Nubeo's data illustrates that Mexico generally offers a more affordable cost of living compared to the United States. Whether you're considering relocation, retirement, or simply planning a visit, understanding these cost differences can help you make informed decisions about your finances. And that about wraps it up on our discussion about cost of living in Mexico versus the United States. I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions or would like to share your own experiences, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content from Merida Magic. Until next time, wander Mexico wisely.